Tonight, new insight into the mysterious death of American grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky at the center of a chess scandal and online bullying controversy that captivated the country after he died. A toxicology report obtained by NBC News reveals that the 29-year-old had amphetamine and methamphetamine in his system when he died, though his official cause of death has not been released. Naroditsky also had small amounts of the active ingredients commonly found in kratom.
Both of these substances by themselves are capable of causing significant toxicity and can be dangerous even if just one of them is used. The combination can really be unpredictable.
Kratom is an herbal extract sold in smoke shops and gas stations, often marketed for boosting energy, improving mood, and alleviating anxiety. We covered its disturbing rise last year. CDC data from 2023 shows 37 states and Washington, D.C. had 1,151 overdose deaths in which kratom was detected. But kratom's contribution to these deaths is unclear. The FDA warns of serious adverse effects from kratom, such as liver toxicity, seizures, and substance use disorder, and in rare cases, even death. Kratom is banned in several states.
At higher doses, it can actually cause opioid-like effects similar to things like heroin or fentanyl.
Naroditsky was known as one of the most influential American chess voices in his short life.
I would love to switch brains with you still for one day. I would be very interested.
I'm very flattered.
Starting as a child prodigy and becoming a grandmaster at just 18 years old. Found dead in his home last October by friends, including a fellow grandmaster, who said he was upset because of a controversy with former chess champion Vladimir Kramnik, who repeatedly accused Naroditsky of cheating without evidence. Many others in the chess world accused Kramnik of bullying Naroditsky.
It's very difficult to separate the horrible news of Daniel's passing with the treatment he received from the former world champion, an idol of his.
Last year, the International Chess Federation said it submitted a complaint to see whether or not Kramnik should face disciplinary action or even be banned for his comments. The Federation did not immediately respond when we asked for an update on that review. Kramnik telling NBC News in a statement that Naroditsky's death was a tragedy, adding in part that a, quote, cynical smear campaign was launched unjustly linking me without any factual basis to Daniel's untimely death. Police say they began investigating Naroditsky's death as a possible drug overdose or suicide. NBC News reached out but was not provided with an update in the case of a chess star gone too soon. Steven Romo, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.